Does the word investing make you feel a little overwhelmed? Yeah, you're in the right place. Stick with me for the next few minutes because we're going to build a clear, step-by-step blueprint that you can actually use to start building your own portfolio, even if you're starting from absolute scratch. It's a wild thought, isn't it? But for a lot of us, it's kind of true. And I totally get why. Investing can feel so intimidating, like it's this exclusive club for people who already have a ton of money or some fancy business degree. But it's not. I'd promise. By the end of this, you'll have the confidence to get started. So let's close that gap right now. Seriously, the distance between where you are today and your financial goals, it isn't nearly as wide as you probably think it is. And the very first step, it's building something called an investment portfolio. So what even is a portfolio? Let's just cut through the jargon. It's simply a collection of things you own, stocks, bonds, funds, that are all working together with one goal, to grow your money. It's really that simple. And that image you probably have in your head. Yeah, this guy, you can totally forget about him. You don't need 6 monitors. You don't need to be screaming into a phone. A modern, effective portfolio is actually something much, much simpler, and frankly, a whole lot smarter. Think of it like this, okay? If you're carrying a tray with only one glass on it and you stumble, well, it's all gone. Catastrophe. But if you have 5 different drinks spread out across that same tray and you stumble, yeah, maybe 1 or 2 spill, but you don't lose everything. That's a portfolio. That's diversification. All right, let's get to step 1. And please, listen up because this is the step that almost everyone skips. Before you invest a single dollar, you have to figure out why. You have to give your money a mission. So you've got to ask yourself this exact question. What do you actually want this money to do for you? Are you investing for retirement in like 30 or 40 years? Are you trying to buy a house in 5 years? Or are you just building up an emergency fund you might need, next year? Your answer here changes absolutely everything. See, each one of these goals needs a totally different strategy. The key thing here is your timeline. How long can you afford to leave that money completely untouched? This one single factor, it's the foundation for your entire investment plan. And this brings us to one of the fundamental rules of the game. Here it is. The longer your timeline, the more risk you can comfortably take on. And in the world of investing, taking on more risk often means you have the potential for much higher returns. That's not a sales pitch, it's just the mechanics of how this whole thing works. Okay, so you know your why. You've got your mission. Now let's get into the practical stuff, the where and the what. As in, where are you going to keep this portfolio and what are you actually going to buy? We can boil this all down to 2 simple choices. First up, the where. On the left, you've got the Roth IRA. This thing is just incredible for long-term goals like retirement because you invest money you've already paid taxes on and then it gets to grow 100% tax-free for life. On the right is a standard brokerage account. It's way more flexible, sure, but you will have to pay taxes on your profits. For most people just starting out, a Roth IRA is one of the single best deals in all of personal finance. Seriously. Next choice, the what. Now, you could try to pick the next big individual stock, but let's be honest, that's a really high-risk game. For most of us, the smarter play is something called an index fund. Think of it like a basket that holds hundreds of different stocks, all bundled together. You get instant diversification, and the fees are super low. It's the simplest and, historically, one of the most effective ways to build wealth. And the other key piece of your toolkit is bonds. A bond is basically just a loan. You're loaning money to a government or a big company. They're not designed for huge, explosive growth like stocks are, but they are way more stable. Think of them as the shock absorbers for your portfolio. They soften the bumps in the road. So we have all these pieces. How do we actually put them together? Well, we're going to use a model that financial experts have recommended for decades. It's called the 3-fund portfolio, and it is a simple yet incredibly powerful recipe for success. There's a really good reason this is one of the most widely recommended strategies out there. It cuts out all the complexity and just focuses on what actually works, using the exact tools we just talked about. I mean, experts from the Bogleheads community all the way up to Warren Buffett himself champion this kind of approach because it captures the market's returns without any of the stressful guesswork. And here it is. This is the recipe. 60% goes into a US stock index fund, that's your main growth engine. 20% goes into an international stock fund, so you have exposure all over the world. And the last 20%, that goes into a bond index fund for stability. That's it. 3 funds. You're done. Now I'm going to let you in on the most underrated secret to success in all of investing. It has absolutely nothing to do with being a genius or timing the market perfectly. It all just comes down to one thing: consistency. Here's what you do. You set up an automatic transfer every single month. 50 bucks, 100, whatever you can afford. This is a powerful little strategy called dollar cost averaging. See, when the market is down and prices are low, your money automatically buys more shares. When it's up, it buys fewer. This smooths out your journey and takes your emotions, which are your worst enemy in investing, completely out of the equation. And that brings us to the final, and I would argue the most important part of this entire blueprint. It's not about the funds you pick or the account you choose. It's about winning the mental game. Because it will drop. Let me be perfectly clear. I'm not predicting it. I am guaranteeing it. At some point, you're going to log into your account and you're going to see a lot of red. You're going to see a number like this, a big, scary, negative number. And every single survival instinct in your body is going to scream at you to sell, to get out, to protect what's left. Do not do it. You have to burn this into your brain. A down market is not a disaster, it's a discount. It's the stock market going on sale. And remember, historically, every single major market crash has eventually been followed by a new all-time high. The investors who truly understand this, who stay the course, they're the ones who build real, life-changing wealth. Okay, so let's bring it all together. Here's the blueprint one last time. 1. Know your goals and your timeline. 2. Open a Roth IRA. 3. Use simple, low-cost index funds. 4. Build that super simple 3-fund model. 5. Automate your contributions. And number 6, the golden rule, stay the course. That's it. That's the whole plan. You officially have the plan. Everything you need to get started is right here. Your financial future isn't just going to build itself, but with these moves, you can absolutely be the one to build it. So, the only question left is, what's your first move going to be?